So a husband and wife are sitting opposite one another at the kitchen table. And they are buried, have their noses buried behind the Sunday newspaper. And the husband says the following, says right here that men only need 15,000 words a day to communicate, but women need 30,000. To which his wife replies, of course, that's because we always have to repeat ourselves when you don't listen. So I see that you can relate. And the truth is that whether this occurs in our personal lives or our professional lives, it is always very telling when our voices aren't heard. But the good news is that that is well within our control. And that's exactly why you've been invited here today, to take control of your voice. I'm Dale KLEIN, owner of Profitable Speech, a sound investment. And I'd like to welcome you to today's workshop titled, Harnessing Your Vocal Power, How to Convey Vim, Vigor, and Vitality. Are you ready? So that is the reason why your voice never sounds the same to you. Little caveat here for you, though, and that caveat is the way you hear yourself coming through the recorder is the way the rest of the world hears you. Oops, may not like hearing that, but that's why you're here today, to learn some ways to take control of your voice. Is that correct? So let's get to work. How many of you, if you've done public speaking, and public speaking could be speaking to one or speaking to 1,000, by the way, have had your voice have a sense of a tremor to it, and it doesn't sound that strong? Anybody ever have that besides me? Sure. And that's one of the ways that you fear, oh my gosh, everybody will know I'm nervous. Well, the good news is by doing these vocal warm-ups, that will help to control the voice, to lubricate the voice, and to really get you in a position where your voice sounds strong and confident. So that's a really good one for you to do. Now, we've just solved the problem, as you can see, of the frog in the throat. This is clearly one of the ways to address that. However, there are some other problems that we have to address in terms of making sure that our voices are heard. And one of them is to be sure that we have a drink of water. So excuse me while I do that. You hear somebody speak and you realize you're really struggling to hear them. Anybody ever have that happen? Struggling to hear other people speak? It's extremely common. Lots of reasons for that. We don't need to go into that right now. Sometimes it's confidence. Sometimes there are other reasons going on. More often than not, people are not heard because they are not breathing efficiently. Now, I know that after this workshop is over, many of you are going to be running out of here. Well, maybe you'll be walking quickly. And you'll be saying, I can't wait to tell people about this workshop. I want to shout from the rooftops. It was so great. At least I hope I'll be able to. That brings us to vocal hygiene. We have to take care of our voices. Brenda showed us how to take care of how we look. Brenda knows a lot about taking care of the skin, and those are invaluable pieces of information. We have to take care of this, because without this, baby, we got nothing. So, I'd like you to open up your handouts. We're going to work on this together. I have 16 tips for you. We'll go through them quickly. See if you can fill in the blanks. Notice they're not filled in for you because a good public speaker makes her audience get involved and do other things so that I'm not just dumping information out to you, tempting as that might be. Yet again, 24 to 48 hours from now, write down your personal voice goal. What did you learn from me today? What did you learn from something you read before? What did this get you thinking about? Write it down, commit to it. That's how it will happen. Our voices are an invaluable tool. I underscore the word invaluable for ensuring our success. Listen, after all, it's how the world hears us. But, there's a but there. If we want the world to listen, there's only one choice. We need to use everything we learned in the last 40 minutes to ensure that you are harnessing your vocal power and conveying vim, vigor, and of course, vitality. Go out there and get your voice heard.